Hey, everybody, it is Brenda B. Bailey, and I am here talking with Dr. Tanya English, and we're going to be discussing her experience in doing the last 5-day event, which was in October. And so it'll just be short, quick, and to the point. But once again, when you come into my group, when you do the next event, which is March 22nd, we will be doing a technique called ThetaHealing, which bypasses the mind and makes changes on a cellular level. It's a very complementary modality because I'll just, put it out there. Dr. Tanya and I, we've have a few certifications in integrative healing. Right.
Yeah.
So it's very complimentary. It kind of almost is like the bow that puts everything together and ties everything together. And that's been my experience. But we're here to find out about Dr. Tanya English. So Tanya, please introduce everybody to you.
Well, hi. Thanks for having me here today, Brenda. I'm Dr. Tanya English. I have Healing with the Blues. I work with women who've experienced stillbirth and pregnancy loss. I help them go from grief to grace and find the treasure in the tragedy. I've been in practice for over 30 years in healing. I started as a massage therapist and then became a chiropractor after lots of school because I had already done my undergraduate in something completely different. And then after massage therapy, I was like, chiropractic works really well with massage. I think I'll just go be a chiropractor. So I studied chiropractic and went into energy healing as a way to bring all that I had to what I was doing, because I kept getting information from people and didn't know what to do with it. And, they don't talk about this very much in massage school and not at all in chiropractic college. So I needed some way of dealing with the information I was getting from people and how was I going to help them. So I actually asked some friends and just put it out there that I needed some guidance on this. And I had a great teacher. And so I started doing energy healing. And it was wonderful. It was like falling off a log easy for me. And people were getting really great results from doing that. So I've been doing other kinds of quantum healing techniques. My overarching healing business is Quantum Healing International. And then when I went and joined Kelly O'Neill's program, I said, I really want to do something with Healing with the Blues. And she just loved that. It's a great position. Nobody else is really doing that. And because my experience had been, I had a stillbirth myself in 1994 and then a miscarriage a few years later. But in between, I had a nice live baby. He's 25 now. I can't even believe that. And
She had her when she was 5. No,
yeah, that's right. And the healing experience that I had with blues music after the stillbirth really helped change things for me. And then later on, as studying these different techniques for healing, I went on to start my own blues band with my husband, who's a bass player. And I was watching healing out there in the audience during performances and people telling me, and healing in the office with people coming into my office and having healing there. And I was at a retreat, a 5-day silent retreat. Try that one. A 5-day silent
I've been there,
retreat.
done it. Let me tell you. Yeah.
And I'm a talker, so it's hard. It was challenging. Let's put it that way. Not hard, it was challenging. And I just got the message there that you need to put these together. And so I wasn't really sure how to do that. So that's when I joined Kelly's group. And I've been in that group since May of 19. I was going to say 1919, but that's not right.
Right. 2019. Right. What year, what day is it? I know. Okay. Welcome to the pandemic. Okay. So, so she's been in it for, gosh, we're inching into 2 years, right? Yeah. So, or a year and 3 quarters. So again, and also, so you're in PBI.
Mm-hmm.
And then you added on Marketing to Millionaires Business Accelerator when that opportunity came.
Yeah.
So it allows us, both of us have done that. So it allows us, so if you don't know that, guys, we're in Marketing to Millionaires Business Accelerator as well as PBI.
We're in both.
And right, exactly, which is so I think, Kelly's program's brilliant. For those of you who are new to it, it's brilliant. One of the things is that I think when people start looking at their messaging and positioning, if I kidding say, if you're not right with Jesus, right? If you're not clear
It's so
on where
true.
you're at or what you want to do, and sometimes we have to like move forward to take a step back to be able to move forward even more.
So
So
true.
I think that, Tanya sat with Healing with the Blues and
For
was
a
really
long time.
looking at that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it takes as long as it takes.
Mhm.
And then you graced me by coming to the 5-day event in October. So how
Yeah.
was Activate Your Inner Money Magnet for you?
Well, it was interesting because I've been hearing about theta healing for several years now. And I was just like, okay, well, it's not time for me to do that yet. That's not the conscious thought that I have, by the way. I mean, I know a lot of people say that. Well, I just know that it just wasn't right. It's right when it's right. And then Brenda came along and said, hey, I'm going to do this. And I thought, oh, well, I can do that. That's awesome. And then I'll learn more about what we're doing with theta healing. And so while I was doing that, um, I had niched down who I was going to work with more because it was women in transition. And, obviously what women isn't in transition. I mean,
What
it's
person,
like,
what human being? It's not just women. It's like what human being,
exactly.
and especially during the pandemic, we've all been in transition.
Well,
So
yeah.
yeah.
And then the pandemic hit. So we had a whole plan of what we were going to do when we were doing live gigs and retreats and workshops and stuff. And then with COVID, that all kind of fell apart. And then at the very beginning of October, I contracted COVID. So I had this big healing crisis. And it was great though, because I had to really hunker down then. And, in my fever state. And, so coming out of that, there was Brenda and the class that you did. And I just really received a lot of um, support in that class for what I wanted to do. And just like when I learned the main technique that I've been doing for 20 years, which is bioenergetic synchronization technique, I'm considered a master at that technique. Um, and I've been doing that for so long, and this just fits so perfectly with that. And so it was just like, oh yeah, this is great. Let's just add this in. And then
So when
things
you
started
so
to
when you did the
change.
lives, so when you attended the 5-day event, because right, because there's
It was
lives
a
in
while
the
ago.
Facebook
Tell me,
group. And so
remind me.
I always tell people you can either do the lives or you can do the replays. And if you
Hmm.
saw Amy's experience, she
Hmm.
had to attend both, right? So she had to do
Yeah,
a little of both because she wasn't
yeah,
able to
yeah.
attend lives.
Right.
So you
Yeah,
kind
and
of
I,
get
I
the
did
word
mostly lives.
whether you go to the live or whether you watch a replay
Yeah.
during the 5 days. So, I want to throw that out there. And, Tanya, so this is the thing. Tanya attended the 5 days and she decided to learn theta healing. And I was
Hmm.
ecstatic because I
Hmm.
knew what she was doing. And I often say, tell me what you do for a living, and I'll tell you how to utilize theta healing because I've been doing it I'm pushing into 15 years. So
Yeah.
I am a practitioner, a master, as well as an instructor.
Right.
And I was so excited about that. And I really got to see several people from the program came in and took the class. And it was one class a month for 3 months because there's a series of three. There's a basic, there's an advanced, there's a
Which was
deep.
great. I loved that because we had time in between to work on stuff and to bring questions to it. And by the way, I don't know if you're going to do this again, but the question and answer sessions that we had were huge. Those were great because you could just bring so much to the session and then we'd all work on it together. And that's one of the beautiful things about theta healing is you're not doing something to somebody. You it's a let's do this together. It's always, and that's always draws me is when a technique is let's do this together. Because just doing something to somebody, it's very passive and um it does I just feel like for me, it doesn't help me use all the gifts that I'm being given. So if I'm being given information to use with a client or with a patient, um, then it's a really wonderful experience because we have this give and take. Can I tell you about somebody I was working with yesterday?
Sure. Well, and I do want to say as well, right? Because we want to
Yeah.
hear about this because I think it's a beautiful experience, but you don't have to be a health professional
No.
or an energy healer. The thing is that anybody who works with a client, if you have a
Hmm.
program, if you're doing one-on-one, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you have something that can bypass the mind, make changes on a cellular level,
Mm,
you're just going to have an easier client to work with who will have more success with what you're offering them, which is what I really, want to bring home on this. Not only will
yes.
you have a tool that you'll be able to work on yourself, because I'm going to tell you this right now. I've been an entrepreneur for 28 years. This is my second career. I had a seven-figure sales company prior to that. And what I know is that as an entrepreneur, you are your business.
Yeah,
So I have
you
a friend
you
who
you have
says,
to work on yourself for sure.
absolutely. So it's great to be able to have a tool. I have a friend who says, if you want to know what you need to work on, get in a relationship. I say, if you want to know what you need to work on, start a business
Yes,
because it'll
absolutely.
come. And it's how bad do you want to be an entrepreneur? And here's a technique that will allow you to make it easier for you to be able to do that. But let's end this with Tanya's story.
So I was working with a client yesterday, and she actually was here in the office. So people that come into the office are patients, people that I work with remotely are clients. So this patient was in the office, and I was asking, what do I need to do with her? So I'm muscle testing and asking, and ThetaHealing came up. So I said, okay, great. Okay. So then I started getting downloads of what this person needs to work on. So as I'm getting the downloads, we're checking different things. And when I hit the right sentence, because I'm having her repeat things that I'm saying, and then we're checking to see if that's true or not true, right?
With
That-
kinesiology,
That's part of
which
it,
you already knew, but you learn it in the class as well.
right?
But
You'll
yeah.
learn it, and it's easy. And we hit on something, and she went, "Oh," like it got her right away. And when we cleared that, everything changed.
It's
So
really amazing how that happens because the thing is that people can tell you how they think and how they feel. But I tell people if you want to know what your beliefs are, because
yeah.
the information out there is change how you think and it'll change your beliefs. But if you want to know what your beliefs are, look at your life and your business now.
Yeah, and actually your thinking is not the best gauge of what direction you're going, because you can think any thought you want, right? And you don't have to monitor your thoughts, but it's really like, what's the core belief that's stuck in your DNA,
Right.
that's stuck in your cells, that's keeping you on that pattern? What's that? Because
And
that's not your thought.
having done this for almost 15 years, I'll tell you, I work a lot with mainstream America. It's not just healers that I work with. I've worked with
Yeah.
a variety of people and primarily entrepreneurs because they hold a special place in my heart. So I just wanted to tell you about an experience of somebody who's been in the program. We all know that Kelly's brilliant. I don't know if you're new to the program, we'll just say Kelly O'Neill's brilliant, and
Yes.
her program brings your stuff up, which is great because you can do
Oh
it at the
yeah.
beginning and do it quickly. There you go.
It
And you
will
can
bring it
also
up.
have some help getting through it. And so what I really love is that, especially for those of you who are fairly new, it's like, come to the 5-day event. You can either do it live
Yeah.
or replays. It's free.
Look,
You'll get
it's
some
a
things
no-brainer.
shift.
Just go ahead and do it. Just register and do it. And like just let it happen for you and see what works for you. Because I guarantee this, you'll learn something new and you'll feel at home in it. That is really true. I think that's true for everybody that's been in that class, probably. I know for the people who
It
were
might
in
have
my
something to
class.
do with the instructor. I'm just gonna say, I'm kidding, but you know, but the technique is good because like 13 different certifications in integrative healing here. I know Tanya has that many or more as well. And Theta Healing is the one that I love, which is why I continue to teach it. And honestly, you won't get anything less expensive. So
Well, yeah, I mean,
but
it's
free
a
you can't
bargain.
beat. But free you can't beat. So come and check it out. Come and get some. Come and allow your vibration to raise
Mhm.
and see what that can do for you in rolling out in the Marketing to Millionaires Business Accelerator program.
Yeah, and start being more successful in your business on
Right.
all different kinds of ways and all different kinds of levels.
You
That's what
don't
you
have to suffer alone. You don't have to struggle alone. It's not about you. That's the brilliant. It's when you know you're in a good program that it's stirring things up. So get some relief from that and be able to move forward in the trainings with Kelly. So Tanya, thank you so much again. And again, if
You're
y'all have
welcome.
any questions, by all means, please put them in the comments below. But I'll put the post, you know, to get on the waiting list. It's going to start March 22nd. It'll be 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you can do it live or you can do the replays, but just do them just so you
Yeah,
can
just do them.
I just love to help people. I just, my big thing is I help entrepreneurs take their foot off the brake.
Yeah.
So I just want people to have success. So you've made an investment with Kelly. Let it pay off exponentially just by doing this for free. That's all I'll say. So Tanya, once again, thank you for helping and sharing your
You're
because
so
Tanya and I
welcome.
both know we both love Kelly. We love everybody that's in the community. You
It's
know,
great.
that's why she just so graciously said, sure, I'll give you a testimonial that we can post in Marketing to Millionaires. And I'm like, great. So
Yeah.
thanks again,
I
Tanya.
would highly recommend both things. Definitely. Definitely.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Tanya.
Thank you.